previously in my house, there were some water issues, right? And then I covered it back up. Unfortunately, the online thing shows that there's still some trickle of water, maybe 2-3 gallons an hour. This is not here. You know, it rained a little bit, but it's pretty dry. 2-3 gallons leaking here would be coming up. So this was not all the leak. This was maybe a third of the leak. And yet, if you look back here, it's a straight line, and then to the corner here is where the water comes in. I don't see any wet spots. And yet, watch this. That's how much extra water is coming out. You see, 1.03, 1.04 is what it is now. And there's a flashing triangle with a plus on it. That is minus, right, that's the current rate. This is total. This is current. A lot of mosquitoes out here. Oh boy. So that is 0.03 gallons per second or whatever that is. Now, watch what happens. I mean, this is not complicated. So this should be on, and so the water comes. Now, there has to be a leak here, because if you shut this off, and I wish I had a better tool for it, but I'm gonna have to use my fingers. See, this is in if it's like this, but if you, I don't know if I can do it with one hand. Hold on, I'm right-handed anyways, so. Oh boy, all these mosquitoes, there we go. See, look at that. It's now off, right? And watch that, it's at 23. 1.23. See, 0, 0. Look at that. And there'll be some water coming out, obviously, but it will soon end. Ah, look at that. See, it's a trickle because there's no more water in it, right? Now, when we turn it back on, the actual rate will go up because the pipe will fill up with water, right? So it's still saying 0, 0, 1.23. It was just the remaining water coming out of the pipe. That's it, right? 0, 0. You see that? Now let's turn it back on. Let's get a good shot of this. There we go. See, look at that, 7.95, because it's filling up, right? The glare. I think we saw enough of it, but that's functionally it. So let's close this thing here, and then, unfortunately, well, fortunately we know what's going on, which is there's another leak here. And again, if you draw a straight line, if you go from the water meter and you say, okay, this is dry, you know, there'd be, you know, you go straight here and you hit the sprinklers that I've never once used, by the way, right? There's no water here. I mean, you can kind of dig at this and it's pretty dry, and it's rained a little bit, but even so, it's just very dry. Now, the only complicating issue is I don't actually know. I know that the water is right here because this had to be fixed last year in December, somewhere over here. So I know that you have the water sprinkler over there, and I don't know if it bends over there, here, and then it goes straight, you know, like that, and here, or if it's a diagonal straight from there to here. I don't know whether it comes here, but regardless of where, you know, it just does not look like there's any wet spot that's just muddy and coming up here, you know. But there must be, because the water meter shows the water meter shows 0 when it's turned off. So there's, right, and you turn it back on and it's a little bit, 0.0 something, you know. Oh boy. Speaking of which, the stairs are ready to be redone here. Oh boy, here's a wasp. This is not good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not good. There is a wasp building itself inside the old stairs. You see it? Right there. So, yeah, there's a guy coming out here. I think he has a very good price, but it takes him forever to show up. Which, again, it's not an emergency, so I don't care. But that's it. I don't... You know, maybe I can ask him too. I think he does some plumbing, but... It's just kind of a... Now, it's good because I was always looking online on the WaterSmart app that we got here. And this is a little better. You can see it directly. And you can turn it on, you can turn it off. And, you know, it shows that there's a fucking another leak somewhere. You know, it's frustrating because when I called the plumber out, when we did a video on that, the online thing was about 3 gallons an hour. When that was solved, it became 2 gallons, and now it's back to 3. But clearly it's not that hole because that's not wet anymore. That's the only place that I saw any wetness, you know? Anyways, I think that's it. Fun little video, and will this water problem be solved? Because if the water was coming inside the house, you would see that through the drywall. I mean, half a gallon would be soaking the house, right? I also turned both of the toilets off overnight, and you still see the same issue. You know, I'm going to try to turn both of the toilets off and see what that says, but, you know, because overnight I get it on the website. It's not as accurate as that, because that's second by second, right? But, I don't know, it's kind of annoying, but that's what it is, so we'll figure it out. Oh boy. All right, let's turn the toilets off at the back here to see how, what do you call it? How much water is being used. We'll go back to the front where the water meter is, but this is nice and tight. Oh, hold on, uh-oh. There's like 3 drops of water there. That's not good. Is it usual that it's dripping, or is this the cause? Well, no, it can't be, because if they're saying it's 3 gallons an hour, if 2 drops would be, you know, that'd be flooding the whole place. It's a little damp. It's damper than I like, but you know what, let's check behind there. Not really. I think every time you open it, maybe there's like 2 drops. Hopefully it's not more than that, but let's go downstairs and see what that's about. All right. Let's see what's going on here. So, same thing going on here. Except this one, or turn this one up. This is probably the part, this looks relatively new. I think this is what caused the issues with all the flooding and water and the repairs they had to do here as they did. But let's turn it off. Is it all right? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's the, I think you can only turn it one way anyways, so yeah. But righty-tighty and lefty-loosey, I think that's the, let's test it. The water should be coming back. I don't think there's any water going into this now. I should have brought a tripod. Well, we can take a look at me. Oh, hold on. See? Yeah, there's no water going in here. And I don't hear it filling up. So that's good. Now let's go through here. And let me take a flashlight. And okay, and another annoying thing, that car, now there's 2 of them there, but the one car there has been parked there, and they've been flashing the lights in here forever. It's just, there's always something. Anyways, let's go down here, because both of the toilets are now off. So, there should be absolutely nothing on here. I doubt it's the toilets, but we just have to make sure. For sure. All right. go. And let's flip this open. And let's go. 16 is what it's at. 17. Nope, it flashed to 17. So it's still increasing. It goes through it goes through 2 cycles before it tells you the gallons per minute. But it was 16, 17, and let's see here. Yep, it's the same. Yeah, that's the gallons per minute. It's variable. It's 0.02, 03, right. That amounts to 3 gallons, but yeah, it's now at 18, if you saw that. Yep, plus or minus, right. 19. Well, all right, so it's not the toilets. All right, so it's not the toilets. And again, the toilets would not be consistently doing that because they would go down a little bit and then they'd fill back up all at once. It's not going to be 0. Whatever gallons a second or whatever it was. Yeah, it's not going to fill up consistently. So there's a consistent leak somewhere, but that we cannot find. And that's unfortunate. I've tried looking in here in the bushes. Now, there's a million mosquitoes, and that's annoying, but it's all dry here, And again, I don't know where it's coming in, so that does not help, but see, it's pretty dry everywhere. You'd think that if there was a 3-gallon leak, because there was a 1-gallon leak out there, as I mentioned before, the leak that was obvious next to the meter, that was a 1 gallon per hour leak, and that was, you could see the wetness. Like, you could see it getting all muddy. There's nothing here, Yeah, I mean, it's just, you would see it soaking, you would see wetness. I just don't see it. So, it's not the toilets. That's good. We know that. And that's it. So, unresolved leak somewhere at a 0.02 to 0.05 leak. Again, 2-3 gallons an hour. Leaking to God knows where. And I guess we'll figure that out someday, or somebody will.